man. Hello folks, the Celtic Nerd here bringing you another nerdy video. Now, before we go into the Enclave sub-levels, I do want to bring up something. I only just recognized it now. So, I will say, the people who worked on Knights of the Old Republic 2 did actually a very decent job of looking at the maps from the previous game to essentially recreate the environment for the sequel. Because again, there's only been like, what, 5-10 year max difference between the end of the Jedi Civil War and the, I believe they call it the Shadow War, because of how the Sith are using shadow and guerrilla fighting to hunt down the Jedi, as opposed to the open warfare that we normally see them do. But anyway, so in Knights of the Old Republic, now some of you may recognize this building if you've watched my last year's videos on Knights of the Old Republic 1. This is an ancient ruin that predates the Jedi Temple. It's older than the Jedi Temple. Sorry, the Jedi Enclave. Actually, it's older. You know what? It is older than a Jedi Temple back on Coruscant. It is actually older than that. Fun fact, that temple was built on top of a mountain, and there are layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of the structure, and at the very core of the structure is the mountaintop. It's pretty cool, but there is this, it's also a site of dark side energy, so they actually have to, that's one of the reasons why they built the temple there, is so that they can sort of try and like monitor it and make sure like they stem the corruption that sort of seeps out of it. But anyway, this is an ancient Rakatan site. Rakatan being the Infinite Empire, the people who are the reason why Tatooine is a glass planet, the reasons why there are actually a number of species in Star Wars that have compatibility with humans for interbreeding, due to their own experiments and their attempts to find out why was it that their species was losing their connection to the Force. But yeah, it's just interesting that it's like the layout is pretty much accurate.
You still lurking around here?
Alright, so we've already talked to her in terms of...
Don't tell me that flaming Solru sent you. I went over all this with Zeron. We've been hit by the flaming thief more than he has. Every other night it seems we find something missing. And it's not like we have much. We keep asking Zeron to help us, but he sends us nobody. So the thief keeps coming from the ruins or whatever hole he lives in and taking what's ours. If we ever catch him, we'll take our time killing him. The only guess I've heard is it's a mercenary that's been kicked out. Most of them leave us alone. They focus most of their attention on the settlers. But we really don't know. That's our best guess. Sneaky as sin, but Raylan caught a glance of him that way. We keep hoping the Lagrex finish the thief off, but that would be far. If you haven't met Raylan, though, he's not reliable. He's in the camp if you want to talk to him about the thief. If you must. If you can do something about the thief, do it and get out of here.
Oh, visitor. Brevity is indeed an understated virtue. I will get to as you. A question I pose to you, traveler. Do you wish to buy one?
That is no exaggeration. Jedi holocron are very rare and invaluable tools for skilled Jedi. If this man has one, you'd be wise to obtain it.
I'm surprised if the ruins have any holocron left. They're heavily sought by Jedi Masters.
This is no idle boast, traveler, but a fact. A holocron is easily worth many thousands of credits to any Jedi, but I will sell it to you for a low price. I ask a mere 1,000 credits for this rare find. This is not a matter of negotiation. You should buy it quickly before others come. I assure you it isn't. I will show it to you presently. As you can see, it is in fine shape. How did you know? Well, I never unload this accursed thing. This isn't my fault. You can't blame me. This forgery has passed through several hands in this camp. I am merely the latest victim. I wish to abandon this dung heap. I apologize immensely. But surely you recognize that attacking me here will pose problems to the militia and the South. I will not. Very well, take it. Leave me to...
I like how it's just like we can just demand for the fake hologram.
Do you feel it? The wound on this world. It is centered here.
There's the ruins.
If we succeed in gathering the Jedi, they will come to this place. And if those Jedi are slain, then all that remains of the Order shall be drawn here as well. We will know when the time comes, and I hope our enemies do not.
Alright folks, we're going to end the video here and then we will resume the video. Oh wait, no wait, yeah, I just restarted it, yeah. Never mind. So, yeah, never mind, sorry.
Announcement. You have caused us to expenditure a great deal of effort to find you, Jedi. Annoying recitation. Let us proceed to facilitate communications. Threat. Come with us without resistance, Jedi, or you will come with us in pain.
I believe this is the last group I'm going to be facing. Like, we've already found out where their base of operations are. We just can't go to it yet.
Systems failing, Master.
So yeah, like this is probably the last group before we go to the factory. I think this was the last group, which I gotta say is one of the best things that the Restore content has done, is bringing it back, the ability to actually locate the hidden factory and do the mission. Okay, here we go. Actually, I would argue we're at this midpoint. No, actually, no. After the Enclave is where I'll do my chapter save.
Who are we missing? We're one off.
We're missing Joran. I don't see Joran.
That runt of a Cathhound, he's the one with the backpack. Did anybody grab anything from the room? Anybody? What do you want? So the pup thinks he can start bossing us around. Watch yourself. We've been here a lot longer. Plenty of accidents happen to people that don't respect the rules. All I see is fresh meat for the Lagrex. Don't even think of threatening us. That's a battle you can't win.
Well, one of them actually had a decent item, enhanced shielding visor. That's pretty good, if I recall. Let me see, how good is it? Actually good. Let's see. Defense bonus +3. That is actually good. With 15% increase. 15% damage immunity to ion damage, energy, and electrical. So yeah, that was actually really good. Didn't help him, but really good. Okay, so we are entering the sub-level. Now, this can be a relatively short thing. You can literally just follow a circular pattern. So, we're going to start off by checking out the back area. Oh, bollocks. I forgot about the mines. Yeah, we might need Bardur for this. Okay, I was actually surprisingly able to do that. Pretty sure my demolitions is shit. Yeah, my demolitions is shit. I'm genuinely surprised I was able to do that. Like, my stealth and demolitions are just garbage. But no, switching to Bardur is the best option. Actually, what's Krea's force powers? I'm actually curious about her powers now. Oh wow, yeah, no, the game automatically basically made her a support user. Similar to what we've been doing with Handmaiden. So we're actually going to be losing nothing. We're going to replace Handmaiden with Bardur. Because Bardur actually has decent stealth. And realistically we don't need 2 stealth people. Alright, so switch over to Bardur. He needs to be leveled. So we're going to raise his strength up so that when he fights he can deal more damage. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, even look at his stealth. Even though it is plus... Even though it's the lowest, it's still a plus 28. Let's see, what was I leveling up last time? He has... You know what, let's give him stealth run. So he can move at normal speed. He is restricted based because of his armor, so we're just going to level up stun, or sorry, stasis. There we go. And as for feats, we gave him stealth run. I could give him mobility. Oh shit, I have never made him specialize in either using 1 weapon or 2 weapons. You know what? I'm going to specialize him in using 1 weapon. I feel like that'd be best. It plays into the fact that the dueling boosts his unarmed combat, and which Bardur is good at, and because of his arm, he does get like a special bonus when he does fight with a weapon. So it does actually mesh. I don't know why, but for some reason the lightsabers sometimes appear transparent. So yeah, we'll make Bardur our stealth person. Also, he is such a good skill monkey. He is proficient in pretty much all skills. Okay, we have some lycra or whatever they're called here.
This won't take long.
Locked door.
My leg Rex! You've killed them! They're my pets! I'm not a thief! People give to the Jedi in exchange for service. They were just giving. I belong here. This has been my home forever. Just before. I'm KV, and this is my home. Now there's nothing to stop them from coming back. They're taking things that are Jedi and not theirs. That's wrong. I am a Padawan, and one day I will learn enough to be a Jedi. What do you mean? I've always been trained to be a Jedi. You sound like my other master. He's gone too. He said terrible things. I have? I feel like I've done something wrong. But it's so hard to think about. I get so angry. But don't the Jedi say, it's been so long and so much has happened, but doesn't anger lead to the dark side? If I'm the only one, I will do as you say. You seem strong and you're not afraid. I don't want to be afraid ever again. I remember him. I sent my leg Rex to get him to leave, but he just made my pets stop. I was going to talk to him, but the mercenaries came for him. They never come down here. I was surprised and hid. There was a big fight. They said they were going to take him someplace. Let me try to remember. I know that was wrong. I'll stop. I was just trying to get enough credits to eat. But I'll think of something else. Something that doesn't hurt anyone. I found some things. I don't know how to use them. Here. I had a holocron, but it said... It told me the Jedi were no more. That I needed to survive and do anything to protect my home.
Mm-hmm.
The holocron was more forceful the longer I learned. It frightened me. I threw it into the ruins. I went back to find it, but the I don't know. So much has gone wrong. Should I feel bad that I feel better? But I still need to find a map. And also it...
Okay, so technically we have enough that we could just move on.
Yeah?
But
We'll be
there's
back
some more
shortly.
things we can do here. So I'm gonna go get that done. We can squeeze out a bit more credits and XP.
I'll have this open in no time.
So this is what I mean. Like you, with Barad-dûr being spec'd as a Jedi Sentinel as opposed to a Jedi Guardian, and so even though like with his minimal levels of technical, if you can get him up to like intelligence 20, you can get quite a bit done. Like there's some really cool things you can get done with nice stealth bonus and the right other stats. Now anyone who's watched Baldur's Gate videos would know, like, yeah, stealth. Actually, Skyrim and Baldur's Gate both have shown the power of stealth. Okay, we're going to reactivate stealth there. Can't loot the remains of these creatures, so we're going to go forward. There's that pad. Alright, that door is stuck, so we're going to go around because we don't want to draw any attention. We're trying to minimize the amount of fighting that I have to do. If I can, I'll detonate and cause things that will then kill the enemy. Here's another good example. There's a bunch of enemies next to containers. Okay. So what I need is... Okay, access for clog, okay. Okay, so we can't actually do anything with this except overload it. And the overload is also going to have a cascading explosion. So we're going to need to make sure we have enough time to get out. So we're going to go for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we took out a sizable chunk. Not all of them, but sizable. Okay. And again, the usefulness right now, though, of being able to move at our normal speed. Okay, yeah, here we go.
I'll have this open in no time.
North, south, southwest quadrant. Okay, so you can use your lightsaber and stay cloaked. That's good. Good to know. It is a bit weird that like we're going around and we can't see our character. Oh, there we go. Cover mine. Okay, security. I think we get more XP though from using security to open doors than we would the lightsaber.
I have this open in no time. Child's play.
There is a reason why I'm trying to minimalize the number. Okay, yeah, we can't do anything with that door except talk, so I know what's going on in there. Okay. And we're back at the beginning again. So, oh. Oh, where's Barter? Yeah, okay, so Barter has droid bay, control panel, storage, power relay. I don't know what room they were referring to. I guess they're referring to that room. Because there's a whole bunch of power relays that I did not see as we're exploring. Okay, so one of the reasons why I was trying to weaken the numbers of these guys is because of the droid bay, because you can actually do something pretty fun with the droid bay. So here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna have to actually kill this one. Funny enough, with all his skills, like with the skills that Barter actually has, he can pretty much make anything we need. Hold on. Yeah, the bare minimum is like 30. Once you get like 30 in a skill, you can craft everything. Like, hold on, I'll show you. It doesn't like nothing will go beyond the Mark 4 or 5. In some cases, even to 3s. Like heat shielding max is 4. So as you can see here, like nothing is red. We can pretty much craft everything, and nothing is going above 5. And then if we go, it'll be the same if we go into the range mods. Melee, lightsaber, it's all the same. And then when it comes to the weapons, now the weapons do cap a little lower. Like the melee weapon caps at repair 23, blasters cap at 16, surprisingly. Yeah, again, it's quite weird that they cap at that. Pistols cap at repair 22. And then shields cap at, surprisingly, security 29. But then we can also get like these rockets as well with repair 25. You'd think they'll be a bit higher up. But like, strangely enough, the plasma rocket doesn't seem to be the most powerful. Like it deals 10 piercing damage. Secondary heat is 36 damage, so it deals about, I'll say, 46 damage. Now it's an AoE effect, but it still does a lot. The Kyber, the Buster Rocket deals 50 damage. So the Buster Rocket is actually stronger, but it deals. It's stronger, but it's less repair to build. But anyway, that's not why we're in this room. As you can see, we have 15 droids to work with. So we're going to reactivate the droid. Diagnose speech system. And it's meet and greet mode. There we go. We're going to give it a few seconds. We'll wait until it gets to that first pillar. Then we'll release another. We'll do another one. There we go. Now the reason why I'm trying to stagger these releases is because they will violently explode when they get low health. So I'm trying to stagger their release. So that way they won't kill each other when they go out. Okay. Now again, I don't know how successfully these guys are actually going to clear out the remaining Lyrax. We're just going to have to wait and see.
I hear you.
Alright, so we are going to now boost our charisma to 20 to raise our DC of our force power. So all three of these are now a +5. Wisdom and charisma. I don't care about my intelligence going any higher. I'm happy with it being 20. But it's the wisdom and charisma that I care more about. So from this point on, I have 10 levels left, so I'm not going to get any more, if I'm being honest with you. I cannot imagine me being able to increase it any higher. If I can, I will pick wisdom, so I can get even more force power and more regen. But as it stands now, yeah, no, I'm mainly focusing on making my force powers as overall as difficult as I can to resist. So all I have left now are light side powers and universal powers. You know, I'll grab Troll Lightsaber for the sake of it. So right now, again, unfortunately, the game does not tell me the DC for my force powers and whatnot. So we know it is 5 plus my wisdom and charisma mod plus my level, I believe it was. Hold on, let me just double check that. So first we need to go into here and look at lightning. Okay, here it is. DC is 5 plus the attacking character's level plus the attacking character's wisdom and charisma modifiers. Okay, so it is 5 plus. Okay, let's do this maths. Okay, folks, give me a sec. If our level is 40, so DC is already at 48. Okay, we have a plus 16 actually from wisdom and charisma. So with wisdom and charisma, we're sitting at plus 56. So 50, sorry, plus 5 then. 61. The fuck? Oh, wow. Like, sorry folks, again, I'm used to D&D 5th edition, where DC's pretty much capped at 30. So the idea of having a DC 60 doubled that is quite ridiculous to me. That's why I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, so again, Barter is restricted by force powers. Battle meditation requires force powers. Revitalize requires not to wear armor. Here we go. Slow. We'll give him slow. No, Kreia, I don't care. Take what you want. Oh my god.
What's going on?
We're gonna
Yes.
switch back to my character and we're gonna disable party mode. Sorry, solo mode. Whatever trouble Bador gets into, he can handle it. Alright, we're gonna move this way. And the enemies that we encounter, we're just gonna fight. You know what? Peace confusion. So that creature is then gonna attack another creature if we come across it. Oh, there's Bardor. I guess he teleported. Okay. Now, we're seeing in the background like 300 XPs every now and then. So I guess the droids are doing their jobs of quote-unquote greeting the Lyrax. Again, I'm fairly expecting the droids not to clear out the northern areas. I'm still expecting to do it myself, but I'm willing to be surprised. You know, you never know. They might successfully clear them. If we see a droid along the way, we know that they're doing well. Oh, we just heard a droid exploding, so unfortunately a droid had to die. Alright, and we just grabbed the will and we rewrote it so that we are the beneficiary.
Let me handle this.
Okay. Now this guy is okay. That Lyrak was injured, so it is possible that a droid came in here and injured him. Did I loot this room? Yes, I did. Well, I say I, but it was Barad-dûr. This is the stuck door, so we have to use our lightsaber to get it open. There we go. Okay, this Lyrak is still alive. I believe we have now entered, we've entered the western part of the corridor, actually. Wait, no, this is where the droids were. So, wait, none of the droids get past this bit.
Your arrival is fortunate. I was just running out of food supplies and wondering what Lagrek meat would taste like. I am an historian and scientist working for the Republic, although I'm certain my contemporaries would judge me more a historian than scientist. I imagine in your travels of the galaxy you've seen many people. Faces tend to blur together after a time. What else would you like to know? No. It is something of a mystery why they would exile themselves as they have. It is not the way of the Jedi to vanish in such a way, especially when the Republic is in need of them. I fear that there is something else at work, something that we cannot see. Then again, perhaps the Jedi are hiding simply because so many people... Before you go, I had a question for you. You came to Dantooine in search of Jedi. Why? What answers do you seek? It has been my experience that Jedi rarely answer such questions, or instead indulge in half-truths. I will return to Kunda now and await the next transport. You may find me there if you have more questions.
So, fun fact, folks, he is the replacement party member if you are playing a female exile. He is supposed to be one of your love interests. And he can be, like, similar to Handmaiden, he can be a Jedi. So, I wonder, how much of the area did the droids actually clear up? Okay, let's see. There were Lyrax around this direction. So let's see, how far did they get? Okay, it looks like they gotten pretty far. Like, this whole area seems cleared out. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, no, the droids came in here, so yeah, that's why they were not cleared. Okay, so yeah, the droids only would have cleared out the northern area. They did not get to the south. Okay, so the droids did not make it to the south. So let's see, how much of the north did they clear? And I'm saying it as if it's a country. Okay, they got about this far, which is pretty bad. We did see a lot of Lyrax in earlier locations. So, it's not bad. Could have been worse.
How do you like that?
Now, the handy thing is, by setting Kreia to support, like, any force power she does use on herself gets applied to me, so which is why there's way more buffs on me and her than there are on Barad-dûr. There is a mod that I was tempted to install. It basically gives you a force crystal, so you can give one of your apprentices that crystal. You give them the crystal in their lightsaber, and it essentially allows you to...
I could, but if there's another one of those damn beasts out there, I'll stay put. You must be fierce with a blaster, then. Give me a moment, I sort of jammed the door a bit. Just don't leave.
But yeah, it gives you the same advantages that you would have Kreia in your party.
Thanks for saving me. I thought those Legrex had me for sure. What are you talking about? I'm not giving you anything. You're just as bad as Tapele.
Oh wow, he survived one blast. Oh god, it's only a color crystal, and it's...
We have seen much during the war. Is it your wish to continue causing such suffering? As always, General, when you lead, I shall follow. But it is only because we have been through so much together.
Wow, okay, so the only loot we managed to get from him were two color crystals, silver and violet. Ugh, I hate it when, you know, you get somewhere and it's like, oh yeah, this is the reward, and it's not worth it. Okay, let's see. Thief catching, we've already found it. Lost in the shadows, the front panel could be... Yeah, new trade route. I don't know why the trade war quest is still active. Because
Braved the pet,
side
for
with
now, not only do I get rich salvage, but an even richer bounty. Do not be making this difficult. Your death can be quite painless.
Okay, I do want to say, folks, I don't know who they got to voice him, but that was not a good read.
So, this is your threat? Is terror what I'm supposed to feel? We know a thing about Jedi and their ways. And now, Jedi, we shall fight.
I feel like if they made this character some kind of like Sith assassin or Sith acolyte of the Sith, or some kind of like more serpent race, I feel like the dialogue would have read a bit better. But no, the dialogue that he delivered, because he is human, just doesn't sit right. And I just don't like it. It's not a good read. Okay, that is it. We do have one Lyrak left, because I kept force confusing it to not attack me. So you know what, it's all by itself. It has no buddies. So you know we're just gonna finish it off. There we go. Oh wow! And that last one got me a level up. I did not know I was so close to leveling up. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so force powers, what have I been grabbing? I grabbed Troll Lightsaber, so I'll grab the advanced Troll Lightsaber. I throw my lightsaber even harder! And that is it. There we go. Now, I know the game is going to do an autosave, but I am going to do my special save right now, folks. Give me a sec while I do it. And I am actually going to end this video here as well, actually, now that I think about it, because it feels like a good stopping point. Righty. How have I been labeling this? Oh yeah, Dan. For Dantooine. Dantooine, mid. For middle. So we're at the... because we're roughly at the middle point of Dantooine. But yeah, I'm going to save here, folks. I'm going to go back to Kunda off screen just to cut off some useless footage. I'm the Celtic Nerd, signing out. One name, one sky.